Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Nissan Hardbodies I actually used to drive, believe it or not, I am that old. This is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and that is right, Nissan, it's the 14th, so they said, hey, we got a surprise coming, and the surprise was that they are dropping the Hardbody-ish trim for the Frontier. That is right. We're not getting an old school small pickup truck like many had hoped we were, and I for one kind of bummed. I think Nissan they have a perfect chance to take on the Ford Maverick and use the Hardbody name. I think there's a lot of heritage with that name, and they used to sell 200,000+ a year, believe it or not. That's right, 200. I think it peaked around 226,000 a year is what they were selling of that little truck back in that was the early 90s, something like that. And you know, I think there's a chance that Nissan could bring that back, but they've chosen to go after the concept vehicle that they did at SEMA last year and do the Hardbody that way. So let's look at some B-roll here. We'll take a look at some numbers because the pricing is out on the Frontier for 2024 and go from there. Man, I just need some Def Leppard playing right now and, you know, pour some sugar on me or something, and I'd be right in vibes with this truck. And there is your new Hardbody package of the Nissan Frontier. Now let's get into pricing of this thing because it starts out at $29,770 with $38.90 for this package. It's going to give you 17-inch wheels. You're getting those Lego wheels. You're going to get all the badging and the sport bar in the back, and it brings back those vibes definitely. Now I personally like the blacked out front end with that red. I think it looks cool and it's different and just something, you know, no chrome. It just gives you those vibes of the old truck. And speaking of vibes, the tailgate of this thing, look at that. I wish it wasn't stamped Frontier though. I wish they would have had a little Hardbody badge back there, but it is what it is. Stamping is expensive to change around, but definitely the stance of this has those vibes of the old Hardbodies. They always set up tall. They were just something about the four-wheel drives that Nissan used to do back in the day. They stood up and they look cool. And now I even like that they put the four-wheel drive mud flaps on this thing, and it really does bring back the vibes. Now this sport bar, I must say, we really didn't do this in the late 80s, early 90s. They would maybe a half of that, but we did not have this full early 80s looking rack in there. But the vibes of this truck is very much what it should be, and I cannot say enough for Nissan building this thing. Now, did it cost Nissan a ton? Probably not. The wheels would probably been the most expensive part to have forged, but overall, what can you say? If you were a fan of the old Hardbody truck, definitely this thing is going to bring back those vibes. And for, you know, early $30,000, you know, you're still getting a V6. To me, the best V6, since there are no V6s anymore in this class. It's the best engine option out there right now, 310 horsepower, and that black front end, I love that. Now, the more modern badging they could have done away with. I think they could have had some fun there, but it is what it is. Can you imagine them putting the old style burger logo on there? That'd be cool. As you can see, this is no manual transmission though that shifter does kind of give you the vibes of that anyways, but manuals are sadly dying and very few trucks will have them anymore. But the blacked out interior of this thing looks great. Overall, this thing has this vibes of this right here, man. This is definitely the vibes that they were going for, and I can't say enough for Nissan. It was nice to see the Nismo concept come alive, you know, from back in 2022. They did this last year around this time, and I'm excited for the brand. I've been a brand, I've loved this brand for a long time, and I'm just kind of happy to see them dig into their roots and have some fun. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this little rock crawling beast. So what do you think? Are you excited by this? Are you an old school guy that's like, hey, that brings back the member berries? I would like to have that truck and, you know, maybe put it next to my old Hardbody. Maybe you still have one of those that hasn't rusted and fallen apart over 30 years ago. But I, for one, I'm excited that Nissan is having some fun with the brand. So in the comments below, let me know what you think of it. Are you excited by this? Would you own this vehicle? Or is it just a little sticker package that you're like, nah, I could do that on my own? So in the comments, you know what to do. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Hardbodies that I hope to drive. This has been your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.